Hey, hey. Tobago updates. Na, 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 na. Good morning, Tobago. Na, 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 na. Wake up with Candace.
Good morning again, and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago here on Tobago Updates. So, if you missed our earlier interview, you would have missed the fact that we were chatting with the central bank about counterfeit notes and how to identify the security features of the real polymer notes. And during this carnival time, businesses are often susceptible to receiving counterfeit notes. And so, if you were not able to view that interview, be sure to go back after and watch. And as we continue here on Tobago Updates this morning, I am speaking with Mr. Avery Seaton. Good morning, Mr. Seaton.
Good morning, ma'am. Good
Good
morning,
morning.
Tobago.
And we are talking about soca on the island of Tobago for this February 2023 carnival. Now, there has been a lot of controversy surrounding this Tobago carnival for February. Many people thought that we weren't even going to have one, especially seeing that we just came out of the October carnival. For a number of the traditional events that one might expect to happen during this February, we haven't been hearing much about that. And one of those things that we haven't been hearing much about is Tobago Soca and to the Tobago Soca Monarch. Tell us a bit about what is your role there and what is happening there this year.
Well, I'm no stranger to soca and music. I am the CEO of the new Tobago Soca Monarch. Our role is to showcase Tobago Soca artists. For many years, we have been doing it for over 5-6 years now or more. And this year is Carnival, but no soca.
Wow, interesting. So you guys have been in charge of hosting the Tobago Soca Monarch for the past 5 to 6 years. You're living there, and this has been in collaboration with the festivals department.
Yes, yes.
Okay, and we are seeing on a larger scale on the national level, there is no Soca Monarch happening either. And you're here this morning and you're saying that there isn't a Tobago version of the Tobago Soca Monarch happening either. Is there any correlation between there not being a national Soca Monarch and there not being a Tobago Soca Monarch?
No, no. For a couple, since during the pandemic, we had decided not to hold the Soca Monarch itself, the Tobago end of Soca Monarch, within the carnival period. There are a few reasons why. One reason that we always get typing bottleneck. When you have a Soca Monarch in the carnival, national carnival, it tends to hold the artists back for the promotions to go into any other level. So we always decided not to hold the Soca Monarch within the carnival, hold it outside the carnival. Because soca is not carnival. Soca music is not carnival, it's just a part of carnival. So we have decided to hold the Soca Monarch outside the carnival. That's when that came to October carnival, which also was another issue. And this year, we keeping our guns. We just keeping quiet. We watching what is going on. We developing different strategies. And I think what needed to happen in Trinidad was okay, because Trinidad Soca Monarch have been going downhill for a while. For a while, have been going downhill, and I think it's time for us to change our focus on it. It's time for us to be more innovative, and it don't have to happen. Soca Monarch don't have to happen on a Friday. Soca Monarch happen on Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Soca Monarch happen anytime, and I understand the cry from Trinidad where they say lack of funding, which is really hardly simple up in Tobago here. The economy is a little tight. So you'll find, that things will happen.
Okay, and so tell me, how are the artists in Tobago reacting to this now?
As all artists, they need a place to showcase themselves. And they will feel a bit hurt, a bit enchanted. But I tell them, hold on. There's avenues and areas that we can work with, and we need to come together. We need to stop the bickering in Tobago and all over, the bickering, and now we start working together to develop the product.
Right. But you said that soca is not carnival and carnival is not soca. It's just a part of it.
Mhm.
But don't you think that contributes to somewhat of a deterioration of the carnival product when we begin to pull away elements of what we have known to really be carnival here in Trinidad and Tobago, especially this avenue where artists on the island of Tobago often have the opportunity that is not presented outside of carnival to showcase their talent in this area.
All right. Let me first. For instance, we, the artists, depend on carnival. The word carnival is where, as I hear carnival, you hear soca, you hear calypso, you hear pan, right? You hear moko jumbies, you hear all these things, right? Yes. But when you have in Tobago itself, when you have the soca artists in Tobago performing in Soca Monarch in Tobago, and the next week or two is Soca Monarch in Trinidad, and so it goes. So what do you need? You need a breathing space. That's why I had welcome and still welcome the October Carnival. The October Carnival now will give the artists enough time to produce music and to be able to now showcase themselves to go international carnival.
Okay. So do you think that that time period gives them the ability to compete on the national stage?
That's right.
What do you think is needed to help Tobago soca artists fully realize their talent and to improve their craft?
Well, first, discipline. Tobago artists, there's a lot of Tobago artists, and I should know it because I'm in the game for a while, and there's very good ones. They need to find a way to market themselves properly, the music also. They need to learn how to harness the craft because there's some of them, to be realistic, some artists have to know where's the rules also. Like some artists can write, some artists could sing, and some could perform. So they learn the rules. Learn the rules, market yourself properly, right? Do the groundwork. Do the groundwork. Simple. Do the groundwork.
And what type of support is your organization providing for these artists to better establish themselves and to hone their craft?
For many years, we have been trying and we have been doing, not trying, we have been doing, we have been hosting workshops where artists came out and learn about mic techniques, learn about marketing, learn about image, learn about stage performances. We have been doing that. Since after the pandemic, we haven't started back that as yet. But most of the time, when we have our competition, we have those sessions also with the artists before the competition. And I would say we are taking a new direction. It's time for the new Tobago Soca Monarch and all the Soca Monarch persons who are doing soca. It's time for a new direction. Take a new direction. Take a new. I was not reading a post on Facebook with an artist saying it's time for us to stretch ourselves to the limits that we are supposed to be. Don't just keep ourselves in this bottle or in this box.
Excellent. And so, are you saying that you are strictly going to concentrate on having the Tobago Soca Monarch only in October?
No. October, we are in a deciding situation right now with the team. We are deciding when is the right time for us to do the particular show. And it don't have also, we have this mentality that will be a competition. It don't always have to be a competition.
I mean, but a lot of people can disagree with you here and say if the artists are putting so much time and effort into studio time, into preparing their performances, having backup dancers, and all the extra stuff that it takes to produce an effective show that is really entertaining, it takes some level of finances from them. It takes their resources. So to say that it doesn't always have to be compensated for can be quite controversial.
No, I never said they be paid for it, but it won't have to be. We compete so much sometimes we forget the real element of soca music, the element of the carnival and the art form. We just have this, because when you go in competition mood, trust me, when you go in competition mood, it's another level.
But doesn't competition force us to improve our craft?
Sometimes, and it's good. But I never said don't compete, they don't have to. always be a competition.
Right. And so isn't that why there should be a greater level of advocacy towards promoters and towards the THA to make sure that there is a certain level of inclusion of the Tobago artists so that they are given that exposure and compensation outside of when we have the competition periods?
Yes, yes, because listen, in October, I have give hats off to THE. They did a very good job with the carnival. We needed that carnival. We needed it. But what I wanted to see in it is more of Tobago artists within the carnival. That's the reason October Carnival was the key, was the right place for the artists to shine, to go international. How much artists you have right now in the National Carnival, in events in National Carnival? And there's a lot of Tobago artists up here. How many artists down there in Trinidad? Maybe 2 or 3. Because the reason why they was never get the opportunity to showcase themselves when they had all the lights and cameras on them. So we
But
need
there
to
has
make that
also
move.
been the argument that during that carnival, how many Tobago artists had truly put out content out there that could have competed with the national soca that was being played on the radio?
A lot. Because a lot of artists I know of went to Trinidad producers because there's a problem before we're saying we don't have enough proper producers. But in Tobago have plenty. It have a guy called Michael Skeet, right? Electro rhythm. That was a good rhythm. To have Simba Lion, Javon Jackson music was up there. He even worked with Nigel Lewis from Tobago, producer for the moment he left. He put out a rhythm called, I think, the Heritage Rhythm. That rhythm get airplay. Good producing music. So there's artists and producers on this island who can top artists and producers in Trinidad. All they need. We have a mentality in Tobago. I've been straight up in Tobago. If they come from outside, it ain't good. And all in Trinidad too. We need to start loving our own, taking care of our own, and appreciating our own. We need to put the artists on the bill. Don't put them on the bill next, the bill on the little fine print, or when they come on stage, they see, oh, who is he? Promoters buy airtime on radio. I know, they buy airtime on radio to promote the song, promote the show. They're promoting all the different artists in the show. You hear all different artists' voice and names and song with anything, but the Tobago artists, you don't hear him. When you come on the stage now, then you see him. What sense that makes? It's time for us to love our own. Don't wait till like Axback gone to say, hey, Axback was great. Kabesi gone, oh, what Kabesi, man, good like a voice boy. Why do we love your own first? America love their own first. All our countries take care of their own first. We need to take care of your own.
Right, excellent. And before we wrap up this morning, can you tell me where do you think, or from your perspective, the perspective of your organization, where is soca going? Where is soca heading for the island of Tobago?
Soca heading a good place in Island of Tobago. There's a lot of avenues that we need to, what we right now saying now, look at the avenues where we can tap into. We need the support from the private sector also. You can't be leaning on the THA all the time. THA, go in the pocket all the time. No, we need support of the private sector within Tobago. And I think if this private sector come together with the THA and organizations like myself, our organization, other organizations that supporting soca and calypso, we have plenty of places to go.
Excellent. And how can artists reach out to your organization to receive the type of support that they want? Maybe they have music out, they're not getting the type of airplay, or they just don't know what direction to go in order to improve their craft. How can they get connected with you?
Well, they can call me at 74515574. They can call us. You can tap us on Facebook and WhatsApp. New Tobago Soca Monarch. Our office is in Plymouth. All right. It's 48 Shelbourne Street, Plymouth. They can come in and talk to us anytime. We are available. And most of the artists in Tobago could tap me on Facebook. I'm very approachable.
Okay, and what type of services are you offering outside of hosting the Soca Monarch? What type of support-based services are you guys offering?
Offer advice.
Okay.
Advice how to go forward. We can, you see, we can hold a hand and drag you up to the sit down or go up. We could advise you on what to do. We can give you some contact, maybe to how you could to get yourself involved in certain things. Just advice. Just advice. We can advise you in the best way we can until we are ready to open the door again. But we are going to open the doors very soon.
Okay, excellent. And what type of partnership currently exists between yourself and the Festivals Commission, let's just say for the upcoming October Carnival, to get artists involved?
Well, we always have conversation with the Festival Commission. Festival Commission have always been a support to us. I have to say, chairman come, chairman go. Festival Commission have always been supportive to us. I cannot say nothing bad about the Festival Commission. They are always partner with us the best way they can to support us in any way with anything we're doing within the carnival or jazz or anything like that.
All right, and thank you so much, Mr. Seaton, for coming and sitting with us and talking about the future of soca here on the island of Tobago. And as you would have said, there's no Soca Monarch, there's no Tobago Soca Monarch here on the island this carnival. And we're not going to see one at the national level either. So that is a bit sad for where soca is going. But maybe this is an indication that soca is evolving above just Soca Monarch. Guys, thank you so much for paying attention, and thank you for staying tuned with us here on Tobago Updates for another interactive session of Good Morning Tobago. Thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, thank you for commenting, and thank you for just being here and being involved. Guys, see you another time. I am your host, Chanel Felix, and again, Mr. Avery Seaton, thank you for being here with us, guys.
Thank you very much.
We're out.
As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks your favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong.